Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stampin' with Kim. Oh, I'm hearing some feedback. I just muted myself. Sorry, I'm actually right on time. I had hoped to be a few minutes early, but it's my first time back live. And of course, I was having a little bit of technical difficulty. So I'm going to wait just a minute. When you hop on, if you can please say hello, give me some hearts, give me some love, let me know that you're here and that you're watching the live. Let's see here. I'm still hearing feedback, so let's turn that down. All righty. Well, I am excited to share some projects with you today. Gosh, guys, I sure hope that we're doing okay here with sound because I am only hearing feedback. Gosh, I sure hope somebody, let's see, I don't see anybody's live yet. I know most of my usual watchers have things going on this morning, but let's see. I'm going to try unmuting and muting. Okay, let's see here. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Oh, I see somebody is on. If you are hopping on, if you can leave a comment to let me know that you are watching and where you are watching from, that would be wonderful. Well, I am super excited to share 3 projects with you guys today. Sound is fine. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you, thank you. So Laura, where are you joining me from today? Thank you so much for hopping on and letting me know. My goodness. Yeah, so I am, gosh, I've been trying to figure out what to share with you guys. And so I did the little post on Facebook asking for your help because let me tell you, I have just been having so much fun creating different projects for Christmas, for craft fairs, for just fall cards. So I'm having fun using all my new products. So we're going to go ahead today and use this bundle here, which is the Autumn Leaves bundle on page 43 of the mini catalog. Oh, Plattsburgh, New York. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome. It's about lunchtime there, huh? Aw. All right. And then we're also going to be using the speckled dots here. And I believe that's all the products here in this suite. So let's go ahead and get started. So for this first card, this is the first card that we're creating here. And let's go ahead and just tuck this aside. So what we're going to do with this one, I've already done a little bit of the prep work ahead of time just because I didn't want to bore you with all the basic cutting. If you guys need help with any of that, I'm always willing to help you, but just to make this go a little bit quicker, I don't want to keep you on here for too long. I just did a little bit of that ahead of time. All right, so what we're going to do, this is just a standard card base, so it's 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and take my inside piece here, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And let's go ahead and just attach that down first. I am so excited to share these projects. So I've had just so much fun creating with this set. And of course, I just love fall. So it's wonderful. Okay, so we have the outside. So then for the inside, or I'm sorry, that's the inside. For the outside of our card, oh my gosh, guys. For the outside, we have a strip of cardstock that measures, let's see here. I will be doing the tutorial. So it's 1 by 5.5. We're just going to apply this with our multi-purpose liquid glue. Maybe about a 1/2 inch up. Make sure we got that straight there. All right, so then I'm going to take another layer, which is Pretty Peacock. And this one measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So let's go ahead and attach this layer with dimensionals. And I just got a fresh sheet of dimensionals out. So let's go ahead and attach this. I have a little companion. You can't see him down here, but my husband is at physical therapy this morning. So I have our little ferocious beast colt here. He wanted to come out to the barn and stamp with me and hang out with you all. All right, so we went ahead and added that layer. Oops, and it's a little bit wonky. And actually, I forgot one label, so that's good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and attach that down. And then for the next layer, I'm also going to add some dimensionals. Those of you that have stamped with me over my years, you know that my motto is when in doubt, pop it out. I know sometimes that always isn't the best, especially when you are sending cards. However, it just still, I don't know, I just still love the look of it. So that will forever be my motto, and people know and love cards that are like that. So, all right, let's remove all the wax backings here. Okay, then let's go ahead and just attach this one down. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and stand up so I can see a little bit better. Sorry about my head there. All right, and then for the next layer, I've cut a couple of the dies, and let me go ahead and share with you these gorgeous dies. And you know what, guys? If you didn't get the bundle, you could just get the dies and just get so much bang for your buck out of these as well. But I just love all the details. This one here is just the larger leaf, and then I cut this little detail. And then on this one here, I cut this little maple leaf, and then this one here, and then of course the beautiful tags. So we have a couple different tags, actually 3 different tags that you can use. So let's see here. Hold on one second. I'm live. It's on Facebook, stampinwithkim.com or Stampin' with Kim Facebook page if you want to find it. Sorry, my mom just walked out to the barn here to just, yep. All righty. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and tuck these away, and then we're going to go ahead and pull off the stamp set. So with this, Laura, since you're my only one watching live, would you like me to use I'm Thankful or With a Grateful Heart? What do you think for this one? And then I'm going to grab my, it's okay. If you can take him back into the house, that would be great. Thank you. All right. Sorry, guys. Okay. So let's see here. So let's go ahead then, and I don't see any responses on that. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just use, how about I'm Thankful? Oh, With a Grateful Heart. Oh, thank you. There's just a delay there. Okay, so let's do With a Grateful Heart then. Thank you, Laura. So let's go ahead and ink this up. And I'm going to be using the Pretty Peacock, which I absolutely love this color. Those of you that know me, Misty Moonlight, Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock are like my favorites. Okay, so let's go ahead and just stamp that onto our little label. So we have just our cute little sentiment there. Okay, and then let's see, let's go ahead and clean it off though, because with my luck, I'm going to make a mess of it. So we're going to take our little chamois here, clean off our little stamp out aside. All right, so that's all of our stamping. Pretty simple there. And then let's see, and guys, I forgot to mention, so with the texture that I added here, I just went ahead and put it down. So we do have a couple different textures that would be gorgeous on this card. The one that actually matches the suite is the distressed tile, but I chose to use one that's it's actually one from last year, but it's still in the online exclusives. So if you thought that you missed out, it's still in there, so you're able to grab that. So it just creates this gorgeous texture of kind of leaves that I think are like dancing across the paper. So I just thought that that was the perfect combination for this grouping of cards and projects. Okay, so for this next part now, I'm going to go ahead and take the detail of my leaf. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip this part over, and I'm going to just add a dimensional to that. And then I'm going to just take a smidge of glue as well. And I'm just going to kind of run it up the vein of the detail part here. So just a smidge. I don't want too much glue on there because I kind of like the texture that it gives when it's not flat on there. I know that's not how leaves are, but it just gives it, I think, a good pop. Okay, so then let's go ahead and take a couple other leaves. So I have this other one here, which is cut out in copper clay, and this one as well. So let's go ahead and do our assembly. Again, we're going to start with this leaf here, and let's see, I want to make sure that it's not going to go off the paper, so let's add 2 more dimensionals to this one here. Okay, I'm trying to be so good, guys. I have this cute little IKEA garbage can to be able to toss my goodies in, because if not, I am like a hot disaster. And actually, I really am a hot disaster. You should see my office right now. I have been, like I said, getting after all different kinds of projects. So, all right, then we're going to take this other leaf right here. Oops. It wants to stick, and I'm going to just kind of tuck it up here on the edge, so it kind of just looks like it's floating down. And I'm going to add this one with dimensionals. Gosh, I lost track here on how many dimensionals I'm using, but that's okay. And then again, a couple more dimensionals here. Actually, I'm going to do 3 across the back of our label here. So it's actually a pretty simple card, and like I said, I like to design my cards so that if If you order my card kits and you don't have the stamp set, you can always swap it out with different stamps. Another one that I wanted to suggest for you if you didn't have this, and for those of you that order the card kit, this is a great stamp set right here. So sincere. You're in my heart and prayers. So thankful for you. Your kindness is appreciated. Those all fit nicely on this label as well. So, and that's located in the mini catalog. Okay, so let's do a little bit of embellishing and finish this card up. So let's go ahead and take, my goodness, let's see here. We're going to bring in the speckled dots and my linen thread, which is a hot disaster, just like me today. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just make a bow. I'm going to use my fingernail just to kind of flatten it out a little. Just tie just a basic bow, and I kind of like it a little loopier. And then I'm going to take my scissors, little paper snips here, and cut those down. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And then let's go ahead and bring in our glue dot. And so with the mini glue dots, I just like to put a little bit of ribbon around my glue dot. This is actually a fresh box that I opened. And that way it kind of reveals the glue dot one at a time instead of having it just loop out and just become a sticky mess. So that's a good little tip if you all don't already do that. Okay, so we're just going to pick up a glue dot on the back side of our ribbon here. And this is the linen thread. Let's go ahead then and just kind of put it in the corner. And of course, I have to kind of fuss with it just a bit. All right, and I think I like that. All right, and then, oops, let's get rid of this too. And then let's go ahead and add just a little embellishment. So I am going to go ahead and add one of these speckled dots. So let's take your pick tool and pick it up here, and I'm just going to place it right over the center of my bow. All right, so that is our first card. Just super simple, just a basic card. I call basic card, but I hope you like it. And let's go ahead and move on to card number 2. So that was card number 1, and I actually kind of did my bow a little different, but that's okay. Each card is different, and depending on how you design it and what you add to it. So, all right, so that's card number 1. Let's go then to card number 2, which is a fun fold card. And so what we're going to do, I have to grab something back here real quick. Let's see here. I'm going to grab my scoreboard, my Simply Scored, and I'm also going to grab my paper cutter. So what we're going to do with this is we are going to go ahead and cut this. Gosh, I'm going to cut it at, oh my gosh, I just had a brain freeze, guys. Hold on. We are going to do a 3-inch tick mark. So, gosh, I forgot what I was doing. So we're going to go ahead on one side of the paper. We're going to do a 3-inch tick mark. And then we're going to flip it around. And on the other side, create another tick mark. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find both of our marks. And I think I'm kind of off camera. Let's scoot it up. Oh, thanks, Laura. I'm glad that you like it. All righty. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our tick mark and we're going to put it right here in the cutting panel. So do that on the top and the bottom. And then we're going to go ahead and cut our card. So this will give us 2 cards. I don't know if you guys have done this. This is called the diagonal fold card. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to do just a smidge of scoring. And so with that, you're going to want to make sure that you have the smaller end up in the corner of your Simply Scored. And then we're going to score it at 3, and we're going to score it at 6 3/4. And I'm going to do both of these because I have lots of Happy Mail kits that I need to send out. So we are going to just get this one started as well. Okay, so then let's go ahead and just keep one of those and tuck these away here. All right, but we are going to use our little pad again. You guys see my poor little stylus? Sometimes I use a little bit too much muscle when I do things with my hand strength, and I kind of killed that the other day. So, but that's okay. It doesn't stop it from working. And actually, we do have some tool attachments with the Take Your Pick, but I just need to find mine. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take our bone folder. And so what we're going to do is we are going to fold this over, give it a little crease, fold it back, and give it a little crease. So then we have our fun card that opens like so. Okay, so then I have some pieces for you. So let's go ahead and pull out all the little bits and pieces that I've pre-cut, and I will go over all of these with you. So again, all three of these cards that I'm sharing with you today feature the same bundle, the same colors. So again, it's Copper Clay, Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, and Crumb Cake. So I just think that these just scream fall, and it's just perfect. Okay, so for this, let's go ahead and start with the back panel. So this back panel here is 4 by 5 1/4. And so what you're going to do with this, I've already textured it just because this is not a panel that I would write on. I would use this section here as the panel to write my sentiment. And so I've already textured it, but what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and scoot the corner of the card of your little piece that you're going to layer and have it just be at the top of the edge of your paper right here. And then what I do is I flip it over, and then I'm going to use a pencil and just add a little mark, and I'm going to give that a little cut with my paper trimmer. And then, so that's going to be the inside. So then for this front side here, I'm going to do that right here on, so this will be the front of my card here. So this will be like a, we'll call it a back panel. So I'm going to do the same thing and line that up. So you're just going to squish it up to where it lines up on the diagonal. Whoops, and of course I fudged that a little. Whoops, let's do that again. Okay, so let's add our little pencil mark. All right, and then let's go ahead and bring in our cutter. Okay, so then we're going to add the point of our piece of paper with our score line, and we're just going to give it a little trim. Oops, and if you didn't get a really nice point, that's important, so go back and try to tidy that up a little. All right, so that's one done, and let's do this next one. All right, so then let's bring in the main part of our card. Do a little 10-second tidy here. Okay, so then let's go ahead and do some assembly. So I'm going to go ahead and add this with our liquid glue. Actually, I'm going to grab a new one here just because it'll make it go a little bit quicker for us. All righty. Let's just attach that down. Okay, so for the inside panel, like I said, this is where I would do my writing. So I am going to go ahead and attach that down next. And this panel right here and the copper clay are the same size. They just are back to back. It's 3.5 by 4 1/4. So I'll do that. And then the front panel here, oops, I didn't add my little fancy cut to that. So let's go ahead and, sorry, once again, let's line this little guy up. Flip it over. And you could just eyeball it, but I just think for me personally, it's easier bringing in my trimmer. So let's do some trimming once more. And how was I so off on that one? Whoops, sorry guys, hold on, bear with me here. I want it to look nice for you guys, and I was totally off on that, my score line. Okay, whoops, let's see here. So it goes like so. Gonna go like here. Yeah, I was totally off. I moved it when I went to cut it. At least I knew it was wrong. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead then and cut this. All righty, much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach this to the front of our card. And again, with this card here, I'm just going to be using my multi-purpose liquid glue. I would like to add dimensionals, but I'm not going to just because I think with this, it gives it a nicer look being flat. Okay. All right, so we have that. And then let's add, this will really make it pop here with our panel. Whoops, and I kind of roughed that edge up a bit with our panel here of copper clay. And you know what, guys? I am persnickety, so I want to tidy up this edge again. Sorry, it's going to drive me crazy if I don't, because I will be gifting this to someone. Crush, boom, bang. Okay, so let's add some glue to the back side of this and adhere this down. So do you have this Autumn Leaves bundle? If you do, let me know in the comments if you have it and if you've created with it already. Okay, so then that's what we have. So again, it's kind of boring in the middle, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give it a pop of color. I'm actually going to put my little leaf here on a dimensional. I'm just going to do one. I don't think it needs more than that because it's going to stay in place. So we're going to add one like so. And then what we're going to do is we are going to add a belly band. And where did it go? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, we are going to grab another piece of paper. I had it out, but I don't know. Oh, it's right here, guys. Sorry, it just blends in with my pad. I didn't see it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and make a belly band. So what I like to do is I like to go ahead and just get my little band started. So go ahead and fold it on one side and then give it a nice little love with your bone folder there. And then we're going to do the same thing here, but let's go ahead and flatten it out. We don't want it to have, we don't want it to be too tight that it doesn't allow the band to be pulled off, but we also don't want it to be too loose and have it just come right off. So, all right. So actually, and I'm going to have it, I'm going to work it to the front because we're going to cover it up with all kinds of things and it'll be a little bit easier to see placement of it. All right, so we have that, and this measures 3/4 by 8.5, but I am going to just give it a little haircut with my snips because we don't need it to be that long. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add, once again, a little bit of multi-purpose glue. Those of you that watching, are you team Tombow multi-purpose glue or Seal? Stampin' Seal. I like to have a little bit of wiggle room. So I honestly prefer this. I do use, I do like our Stampin' Seal Plus when I do some of the 3D projects, but I'm still a multi-purpose glue because I just think it just bonds it really nicely. And yeah, that's my personal opinion. Okay, so let's go ahead now and let's go ahead and add some texture here and finish off our little belly band. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and just flip this little piece over to help secure it right there. And let's see, let's go ahead and get started. So this is going to fit in a regular size envelope. Team Green Glue, woohoo! All right, so then I'm going to be mindful about where I place it so that it does fit in a regular A2 envelope. So I'm just going to go ahead and place a couple of dimensionals right here. And I will do one over the seam, even though I did use the green glue and it will keep it secured, but just in case, we're going to do that. Okay, so we're going to go like so. All right, and then for the next layer, let's see here, we are going to take the same leaf here and let's add that with a dimensional. And I'm going to do it just right over the top. And then let's see here, for this little guy, we're going to do the same and make it look like it's just dancing through our card. Do I want it that way or do I want it that way? I think it needs to go this way. Oops, and it needs to stay again within our card. Just a smidge off. All right, so we have that. And then we are going to go ahead and add a sentiment. And this time, last time we used the I'm so thankful. This time I'm going to use I'm thankful, and I'm going to do for all you do. Let's kind of mix this one up a little. So again, I'm going to bring in Pretty Peacock. And yep. And I love, you guys know I love my photopolymer stamp set. So I love not having to use a Stamp-A-Majig or any stamping tool to help. Sorry, I'm going to go off screen for just a second and put my head in so I can get this where I want it. Okay. Oops, and it's a little off, but that's okay. I can live with that one. All right, so this one says, I'm thankful for all you do. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach this down with dimensionals. Okay. You know what? I'm going to tip this just a smidge. If you know me too, I love to rip apart projects. Oh my heavens. Okay, let's see here. We're going to get that like so. All right. And then again, we're going to bring in our same embellishments. So I am, whoops. Going to take a piece of this. Oops, and that has a bad spot. Let's go ahead and cut that and try again. Guys, can you hear that frog croaking? Oh my gosh, if you guys follow me, you know that we've got frogs everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh. And they are out here in the barn. Last night I was laughing. I had one that was close to my area right here. And I can tell it's out here and it's like rifling through something. And oh my heavens. They're so cute, but I just don't like them because I swear to goodness, they tend to jump on me. I don't know what it is. I think they know that we are not best of friends. So, all right. So then let's go ahead and attach our bow. And then we are going to add another embellishment. And let's see, on this one, I'm going to add, actually I'll add just one of the larger ones. And I should use my take a pick tool for that very reason that I just had. Let's see, let's flip it over and attach it down. Alrighty, so here is card number 2. So let's go ahead and make sure that our belly band comes off, which it does. It's opened up, and then that is what you have. So I hope you like project number 2. And again, if you are interested in ordering from me, this is my weekly card kit that I am starting with the new year. I used to do it before I moved about 1.5 years ago and kind of stopped doing it, but I am back to doing it. So this week, when you place an order in my online store, you will get one each of the 3 projects plus also the PDF tutorials. So that will be the only way that you can get the tutorials because I'm not going to be posting them. Figure that'll be just a little added bonus for those that purchase my card kits. So, and I do appreciate all you. I have about, gosh, I want to say there's probably 10 of you that I am happy to mail to over this last probably 1.5 weeks. So this will be the kit that you'll be getting. And then anyone that orders from today through Saturday night, you'll be getting this. I will be sending them out on Monday morning. So that is my goal, to get them out to you ASAP so you can get them in someone else's hands. All right, so project number 2. So let me share you. So project number 1, project number 2. This next project I think is so cute and can perfectly accompany both of those cards. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and bring in our cutting or our scoring board. So what we're going to do with this one is we are going to make a cute little box. And so what we're going to do, first of all, I'm going to do some scoring because, again, 2 boxes out of 1 piece of cardstock. And so I'm, going to go ahead and be smart and try to get it scored so that I only have to do it once. So on the 11-inch side, we're going to score it at 1 inch, 5 inch, 6 inches, and 10 inches. Okay, then with this, I need to bring in my paper cutter, my paper trimmer, and we're going to cut it in half. So we're going to cut it down to 4 1/4, and then we're going to do a smidge more scoring. Okay, we'll just set one aside. Okay, so then on the 4 1/4 inch side, we're going to score it at 1 inches, and we're going to score it at, I said 1 3/4 inches. That is not right. Hold on one second, guys. I have to go look at my cheat sheet. One moment. I knew that didn't seem right. 3 1/4. 3 1/4 inches. I couldn't read my chicken scratch. Okay, so 3 1/4. I'm going to just go over these nicely. All right, so then let's go ahead and put these away. We're all done with our scoring and that. So then let's bring in our bone folder. So let's see, we are going to flip this over and we are going to score on all of these lines. This makes your box just go together so much more easily. Okay, so I've gotten all my lines. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my snips. And so what you're going to do is you are going to cut up on all of these lines. So let's go ahead and just do that real quickly. This is just a super simple box. And this box, I was trying to figure out what would fit in it yesterday. Oh, sugar, I just poked myself. It fits 10 Werther's candies perfectly. So if you don't know what Werther's are, my son just kills me. I'll show you. I have a huge bag of them. They are my favorites. Whoops, let's go this way. Werther's Original Hard Candies. My son, who is 28 years old, says that they're old folks candies. So that's okay. So every gift, everything he gets those for his lovely comment about it being an old folks candy. But it does remind me, my grandmother always used to have her big old smocks filled with her little butterscotch and her Kleenexes when she would give us one, but that's okay. I still have fond memories, and I think I love them, and that's probably why. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put glue on my tabs here. So basically, I'm just pulling the sides up and trying to line it up the best that I can. Sometimes this one needs a little haircut, and that's okay. And you know what? It's going to be so pretty on the outside that I'm not going to look at any of the extra little bits that might hang over just a little. But if they bug you, we can give it a haircut. So, and this one does hang over a smidge. So again, I'm just going to take my snips and give it a little haircut. All right, so then let's do this last one, which is the top of our box. Whoops, and actually, let's make sure we do it on the right flap there. All right, well, it's nice to see. I see that there's a few of you on. If you're hopping on, if you want to let me know that you're watching, I would love to know that you're watching along with us and where you're joining us from. That would be wonderful. So I appreciate you guys joining me, and I appreciate you sharing and just commenting. And yeah, and I appreciate all of you that have ordered through me. It's just quite the blessing. So it's quite the blessing to be able to do what you love. All right, this one needs a little haircut too, because that one is going to stick out just a smidgy. All right, so then we have this cute little box with the top. So let's go ahead and get embellishing. Whoops. So let's go ahead and grab some more of our little bits and pieces that I've already pre-cut. And so this one here, I'm just adding one new little bit to it. So, and actually I showed you how to do it from start to finish. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our tailor-made tags. And this one here, whoops, let me see if I can, oh, actually I grabbed it to show you. This one here is actually the second to largest tag. So I love, this one's a great one. All right, so what we're going to do then is we are going to start assembling this little guy. And I just realized I did not grab for this one a belly band part. So let me go grab one real quick. So I'm going to do a belly band on this one that is, let's see, I'm going to say 3/4 of an inch by 8.5. Let me grab it real quick. All right, guys, I'm almost back. All right, so then what we're going to do, let's go ahead and again, we're going to create the belly band. So I'm going to go ahead and just fold one part over, and let's give it that a nice crisp seam there. Let's pull our box back in, oops, and put that on the back side, and then start wrapping it around our box. Oops, let's see, put it in the middle here. All right, then let's bring back in our bone folder and let's go over all of these little score lines here. And then that way it'll allow it to slide on and off really nicely. Okay, so then let's go ahead and attach this down. And again, I'm going to go ahead and make the seam of the box on the top because I'm going to cover it up. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's bring our glue back in. Yeah, just a smidge there, and let's see how much of an overlap. I have about an inch overlap. Okay. All right, let's bring you back up here on screen. Oops, and hot mess right here. Whoops, we're going to have to be patient on that one for just a second because I got a little bit too much glue. Okay, we'll let that sit for just a second. Okay, so then what we're going to do on this one, let's see. I am going to use With a Grateful Heart because I figure if I give this to somebody as a standalone gift, I don't have to do anything else. I don't have to add another sentiment, and just I'm grateful, or With a Grateful Heart is just perfect. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our label, same one. I feel bad that I'm not giving that other label any love, but I did make another card with it yesterday, but it didn't make the cut. So, all right. So now let's go ahead and assemble our box. So we got all of our little bits and pieces. So let's first start by taking our little tag, and we're going to attach it to the top of our box. So let's go ahead and add 3 dimensionals. And then let's add that. Sorry, you gotta lift it up to get it centered on my belly band here. I love belly bands. If you followed me, you know that that's just, I don't know, I just love to create them. I just think it's just such a fun element to your projects. Okay, so now let's take our dimensionals and let's pop up these little guys. Let's give this box some more pizzazz. Okay, and actually, so we're going to do that about like so. So I'm going to add that one. Let's kind of, yeah, tuck that like so. And then with this one, let's see, we're going to add just a couple because I want to make sure it doesn't go off of the belly band here. So we're going to add that like so. And then I'm going to take this leaf, the larger one, and I'm going to try to position it. Let's see here. I'm going to kind of, oh, you can see, kind of just tuck it on there and just kind of lift it up a little. Okay, so we have that. And then let's go ahead and just do a last little bit of embellishing. Let's bring in our same little dots, and oh my goodness, how is it that I lose everything in such a little area where it's all right in one container, but it is buried. All right, so then let's go ahead and make a nice little bow again. So it's a little bit longer. All right, so let's do that. And then let's bring in a glue dot and attach our bow down. So I hope that you have enjoyed these projects. I sure had fun designing them. And actually, let's see here. I'm going to do this up top. I was like, that's going to just kind of cover up that little hole. I thought about feeding it through, but it really doesn't serve a purpose. So other than to do that, and then on this one, I am still going to add the same color. We're just going with the same thing there. So that is the final project. So let me go ahead and bring them all back and share them with you. And gosh, I appreciate you watching this with me and creating alongside me. And let's go ahead and bring all these projects back in. So we have, so that was the first card, and then we had 2 of the fun fold cards here, and then 1 of the boxes. So I hope that you create these. And if you do, on Wednesdays, I do have a little sharing post that if you share what you've made, that you have a chance at winning some Happy Mail. So if you do one of these designs or change it up, I'd love to see it as well. So thank you all for joining me. And again, if you have any questions or if you need any of these products, I'd be happy to assist you. If you've never stamped before, in order to place the minimum order and get your these projects for free, I can go ahead and get you started with some of the basics like our glue, bone folder, glue dots, dimensionals, scissors. This would be a great start to get you started. So if you don't have any products, but you want to go ahead and try out Stampin', this would be a great kit as well as next week. So stay tuned, and I look forward to sharing with you again next Wednesday if I don't hop on again before that. So hope you all have a blessed week, and I will talk with you soon. Bye-bye.